Hey guys, what's going on? This is Travis P11. I'd like to welcome you back to the channel. I've been in the market for a smartwatch for quite a while, and I like something that's sort of rugged, that might have a little bit of weather resistance to it, but I also didn't want to spend a lot of money. I don't wear watches all the time, but I do sometimes wear them when I'm outdoors and so on. So anyway, I was just checking over on Amazon, and I found this EIGIIS Military Smart Watch for men. It does have a 1.39-inch HD big screen, apparently according to what's advertised on Amazon. It's got a ton of features, which we'll take you through here in just a little bit. I did pay $43.99 for it. It does have a 12-month warranty. And it only comes basically in one color from the company, from the vendor, and that's with the black strap. But let's go ahead and open it up and check it out, and I'll take you through some of the features that it offers and what it has. It has a ton of features on it, and the app that goes along with it offers a ton of different dials, which I'm pretty excited about. We'll talk about the battery life and so on. Just a little bit about it real quick. The CPU is a Realtek 8762DK. And Realtek's been around for quite a while. They make a lot of just kind of like low-end device processors. They do get up there a little bit in the quality, but they're kind of entry level. It does have a 1.39-inch IPS screen. Screen resolution is 360 by 360. The battery is 400 milliamps, and the size is in metric, which does me no good. So let me go ahead and take you to the Amazon website real quick. I don't have an affiliate link for it, but if you're interested in it, it's pretty easy to find. I can put the link for it in the video, and we'll talk about some of the features that it has to offer. All right, so compatibility with this, if you've got an iOS device like an iPhone that is iOS, I believe 8 and above, it is compatible with you. Over on Amazon, they do mention all the different phones that it's compatible with. For Android, I believe it's Android 8.0. Basic features that it says is that it does have a contact list. It does allow you to make and receive phone calls with it. It does have 107 sports modes, heart rate, blood pressure monitor, blood oxygen monitor, sleep tracker, calls, messages, SMS notifications, calculator, DIY watch, etc. So just a ton of different features. So just in terms of its outdoor ruggedness, it says that it's made of an aluminum alloy with tempered glass. It says it does make the screen nice and bright. Because of that, it does have cold resistance, resistance to humidity, and resistance to salt spray. It does not say that it's waterproof, and I'm not planning on submerging it, but it does say it's water resistant. And depending on the type of sport that you're playing, I guess you can turn on one of the sport modes and it'll track your fitness and movement and so on, and maybe tell you how many calories you've burned and so on. It does say that it is IP67 water resistant. But it does not support swimming, diving, taking a shower with it on, or going into a sauna, etc. Does say that you can make, answer, and receive calls on the watch, which is kind of handy, especially if your phone's in your pocket. Does have a calculator with it too, which is really nice. Alarm clock, weather menu, games, remote camera assistant, so you can tap it and it'll take pictures with your phone if you got your phone set up like in a different remote location. Says it only takes 2 hours to get fully charged, and it can be used for 3 to 5 days. One thing I will say about this watch, though, if you go on Amazon, it is sold under a variety of different brands and names. Especially if you go over to wish.com, there's like 10 different companies that offer it. But let's just get out of the box and take a look at it and just see how it is. Now, I'm normally a G-Shock fan, but it would just be nice to have, say, text messages go to my phone so I don't have to dig my phone out all the time, especially when I'm walking the dog and it's chilly out. I can just glance at my watch real quick, and I can take phone calls from the watch and so on, which I think will be very handy. Not sure about the call quality, but I will definitely report back. We'll give you guys an update on this thing. If it has problems, I'm definitely going to let you know if something happens to it. Okay, so it says, please charge completely before you're using the watch. And okay, so one thing about it is a little more gray. The case is more gray than it looks like in the Amazon photos. It looks like it's all black. But dial-wise, I've got kind of medium-sized wrists. I'll put it on for you in a little bit. The band feels okay. I'd have to see what the width is on it, so I could possibly replace it if it happens to break. But it's decent right now. Please peel off the film before using the smartwatch. So we're going to figure out where this thing charges, and we will get this all set up. And we will go from there. So let me put it on real quick just to show you what it looks like on my wrist. It's about the size of, say, a full-size G-Shock. Does have a ton of adjustments, so regardless of your wrist size, I think you're going to be able to make this work for you, which is a good thing. It is a fairly soft band, which is nice. It isn't super stiff. Okay, so just to show you, let me back up a little bit here. There we go. So show it to you this way and that way. So it's not huge. I mean, I would say it's probably about, maybe about 12, 13, 14 millimeters thick. It's not super thick. It's not real clunky, but it does seem to be a decent size. I mean, most of your smartwatches have a little bit of heft to them or size to them. Okay, so let's go and get this charged up and we will bring it back and take a look at it and see what it has to offer. Okay, so charging system on this thing is pretty simple. It does come with a cable, does not come with your charging box, but you can use any probably 5-volt charger on up to charge it. It does have a couple little metal tabs right here, and this is a magnetic clip that'll attach to it. That'll attach to it and that will charge it, so it's super easy to do. I don't know if there's any other options for any kind of aftermarket charger, so this is probably proprietary. It does have 2 little magnets on the sides, so you definitely want to make sure that you don't lose this. And let's get it plugged in, let's get it charged up. So while this is charging real quick, you do get a nice instruction manual with it. You do have a connectivity guide, which is always kind of handy just in case you have any problems. And it says how to connect the K56 Pro with the app DaFit. So DaFit, D-A-F-I-T is the name of the app. Turn on Bluetooth on your phone, head on over to the App Store. You can scan that QR code and that'll get the app loaded on your phone. Download the app and then go to the device and click on Add a Device. I don't know if this has a touchscreen. I'm assuming it does. I'm just guessing it does. And so we'll definitely check that out once we get it going. And then the user manual basically tells you the same thing, but this is in multiple different languages, and then also how to enable Bluetooth dial call, because that might be one of the first things people want to do with it is make phone calls through the watch and then receive phone calls through the watch. They tell you how to enable that and turn that on in the settings. So it doesn't seem really complicated, and just plugging in, when it started charging, man, the screen is super bright and super sharp. I was pretty impressed for being a sub $50 device. Okay, we're gonna let that go ahead and charge up and we will be right back. Okay, so I have the DaFit app installed right now. Before I go back and show you what's on the app on your phone, it does show the phone once you pair it up. It's real simple to do, it just takes a couple steps. You can choose the watch face that it displays, which is really cool. I do have this kind of dim in here so you guys can actually see the screen. Once you shake it or tap a button, it does go to like this machine head face that's very, very sharp and very bright. Not sure if it's gonna do it justice on camera, but it's pretty cool. Your little sensors on the back of here also. And I think if you just tilt it, it comes on like any other smartwatch, which is really cool. I'm gonna put a different face on, then I'll kind of show it to you, but you can go through here and keep swiping and keep swiping. And they have a face gallery you can go to, and you can choose whatever face you want. So I'm gonna pick out the face that I wanna run, and then we will show you the software, show you the phone, and then we will go from there, so hang tight. Okay guys, just to show you what's on here, this might be a little hard to see. We got the number of steps I've taken, the amount of sleep I had last night, my current heart rate, my full day heart rate, my current heart rate, blood pressure, blood oxygen, outdoor running distance, and then you can look at more records. If you click in the middle, you can adjust the settings on the phone like I mentioned before. You can also go into the alerts that you get on the phone. So if you want to turn off certain alerts, like if you don't want alerts from certain apps, you can turn that off. And then you've also got a profile you can set up. It doesn't ask for my name or anything like that. Just my height, my weight, my age, and so on. So I've got this much taken care of. Then on the watch itself, I did go ahead and change out the face. I've got this really cool face on it that has the date on the top of it. So January 23rd. I'm going to change the length of time that it's on for so that the face stays on a little bit longer. It does have just kind of a traditional analog hand. It does have the battery charge on the right-hand side. And it does have the heart rate on the left-hand side. Again, I kind of like that sporty style. I might go with something a little bit different. They have some different ones on here. Like they have some that have more of an emphasis on weather. Some of them have more of an emphasis on your activity and so on. So you can kind of choose whatever you want. The gallery has hundreds and hundreds of faces on it to choose from. And all I had to do was pick the watch face that I wanted, and then it went ahead and added that to the phone itself, and it just automatically loaded it. The case is made out of aluminum. The buttons don't feel super flimsy. I mean, they feel pretty good. They should hold up okay, but the case is all metal, which is really nice. It's metal, plastic on the back, but metal on the sides, and then also metal on the front. And the trim and the paint looks really nice on it too. So let's just kind of show off some of the features here real quick as we go through it. So again, I haven't even worn it yet. I'm just showing you what the phone has. What the watch has right out of the box. So if you scroll, we've got the number of steps you've taken, time slept, and so on. Keep scrolling here. Let's see, enable phone call. I have to pair it up with my cell phone, but you can turn it on so that you can make phone calls if you want to through the watch. Your health, blood pressure. We've also got the temperature in Celsius, which doesn't really do much for me, so I need to switch that over to, I think we call it imperial units, degrees, and so on, if possible. Shutter option to control the shutter on my camera, remote shutter. Music player, I can play music if I want to. And breathing exercises, there you go, so I can do some yoga, apparently, I guess. I haven't had a chance to play around with it yet. And it looks like that might be about it. So we'll swipe back to the other side. So it doesn't start back over again. You do have to swipe from right to left to get back to where you left off, which is fine with me. Okay, so something I did discover on here, when you swipe from top to bottom, it does go to this little mode screen, which does give you some quick options. I just discovered this a few seconds ago. And it does have a quick voice recorder you can use if you swipe up from the bottom. Very responsive touch screen. And let's bring this up real quick and go into settings and see what it shows us. So call, reset, game, oh my. Okay, so you have settings for about everything. If you get this watch, I'll let you play around with that and set it up exactly how you want to. You can power it off completely from here right now if you want to, and you can also reset it. If you want to go back to a hard reset so you can start over. Looks like it has app reset. It's got a theater mode on it, so you can dim the lights on it if you want to, vibration on and off. You can control the brightness level. From tapping here. I'm going to leave it at 3/4 brightness and just see what kind of battery life I get out of it. It's supposed to go 3 to 5 days. And if I come close to that, I'll give you guys an update here, like maybe about a week or so. How do I get out of that? Good question. Let's see if we can figure this out. We might have to just go back to the original. Oh, you just hit this little open button. It takes you back. You can go into a menu view if you want to, or also a grid view. Okay, very cool. And I'm going to keep seeing if I can find that screen duration on here. It's probably around here somewhere. So it does have a lot of different settings. There's your calculator right there. There's apparently an AI voice. Oh, I bet you this is the QR code. Yeah, so if you want to download the app for the watch, you can find it right here. If for some reason you're having trouble finding it in the store, if it would happen to get taken off for some reason, you can find it, which is pretty cool. All right, guys, so something really cool that I discovered is I went over to menu view. I set that up instead of list view. So when you're on the menu view, instead of having to swipe through a bunch of different screens, this has everything on one screen for you, which is really cool. So I can go right to weather. I can go to blood pressure. I can play a video game if I want to. All you have to do is tap the middle button right there and it'll go ahead and activate it for you. So like, click on the little, okay, so that's gonna be blood pressure right there. Tap on the cloud to go to weather. Tap the middle, and then you've got the current weather, and then you also have the forecast. It's pretty slick. I do like it. And just hit the little button to go back. Hit it again, you go back to the watch face. So I'm pretty happy with it right now. It's pretty sweet. Discovering lots. All right, so something else that's really cool that I discovered is while you have the app open, you can instantly change your faces just by tapping on the different dials in the app themselves. So as you can see, I'm switching from my phone. I'm connected with Bluetooth right now, by the way, and you can bounce between the different dial types if you want to. So you can find the type that you really like. Don't know if I want to go with something digital or something analog, but it's pretty cool that they're already built in. And then once you get past like dial 17, then after that, you just download the dials that you want, like I mentioned earlier. So real simple to tap between them. I did find the settings, by the way. It's under others. That's where you go if you want to change the units from metric to imperial. You can also put in the 12 24-hour format and turn off certain options and so on. So everything's there. You're not forced to use just Celsius unless you want to, or meters and so on. You can use feet and inches and so on. So all right, so far pretty cool. And I did find that to change the duration to 10 seconds, you can also do it under the others option too. So auto lock is set for 10 seconds. Okay, so for some reason my final clip did not save on my camera when I was filming. So here it is. First of all, if you want to get back to the main screen at any time, you just tap in the top right corner. And it did settle on kind of this cool like little night vision-esque screen. It's got my time, it's got my battery percentage, it's got the date, it's got the weather with the temperature on it. It also has the number of steps I've taken and the number of calories I've burned. I've just been working on the video for a couple hours. I haven't had a chance to walk around much. Swipe over to the right, I've got everything set up on that menu view. And I did go through, and basically if you want to check like your blood oxygen level or your blood pressure, you tap the middle. Now while you're wearing the watch, what you do is actually tap on the screen and it does a reading, and after about 15 or 20 seconds, it's going to tell you what your blood pressure is, or your blood oxygen level, or your pulse, whatever you want to. I do have the music player set up, so it will play the music off your phone. What's really nice about it is you can immediately turn off the phone syncing. So if you don't want it to push phone calls through to the watch, you don't have to. You just go to phone off and that's it. When you hit phone on, it automatically reconnects just the phone portion to your regular telephone, which means that if you don't want to make phone calls from the watch, you don't have to unless you want to. It does push text messages across, which is nice. The game it has is kind of like Flappy Bird. And it does have the stopwatch and timer. For whatever reason, they put that under settings instead of giving it its own menu. So I don't know, maybe they just put the most important features on the menu, but your alarms are on here, timer, stopwatch, brightness, vibration off and on, theater mode. The AI voice is actually what you use if you want to activate Siri. You tap on that and that will open up Siri so that you can talk through the watch and use your Siri or your Hey Google options. And then also you've got your calculator. So I'm very happy with it. I do wish that you could change the screen duration information on the phone itself, like the amount of time that the display stays on, and not through the app itself. But it's not the end of the world. I just turn the app on to make the adjustment. And I do like the instant watch face change, which is really cool. You just got to go into the gallery on the app and choose whatever face you want. But I really do like this one. It's a little hard to see because it's so bright, but I do have the brightness turned down actually to like less than 50% right now. It's more than perfect for what I like, but this gives me all the information I need right away. So, and then also one other thing I was going to show you, this actually goes down through the apps. So you can push the bottom button. I didn't really show that off yet at all. Or from the main screen, if you push down, it will cycle through all the apps for you, which is awesome. So if you don't want to scroll with that little menu button, you can just keep pushing down until you find what you want. And then you go back up and it takes you right back up to your reset. So really happy with it so far, 93%, but I've been messing around with it constantly, done the blood pressure several times, done the blood oxygen level, heart rate, 76 BPM. So I think I'm alive. I think that's a good thing. So if you like this review, again, there's so much stuff to tell you about this. So you have a ton of options with it. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm pretty happy with the build of it so far. We'll test it out for a couple weeks and then give you an update and see if there's anything that it does that I don't like. But in the meantime, I want you guys to like and subscribe. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can also find me over on Odyssey and Gunstreamer and UGEtube, guntube.org. And then don't forget, I got a little podcast that I do called Caliber Corner, which we do on Saturdays at 8 o'clock in the morning over there on YouTube Central Time. So, and again, with weather, yeah, you can change between Fahrenheit and Imperial from the phone itself. You can change the units and you have full control options over it too. So if there's something you don't like, you don't have to worry about it. So it is a balmy 10 degrees here in Lincoln, Nebraska. So guys, I want you to have fun, be safe, stay warm, and as you know, we will talk to you soon. All right, take care and have a good one. Bye-bye.